During the day, you spend a great deal of your energy fighting the force of gravity, and for a few moments, let that force take over your whole body completely. Because there are forces on the outside the unrecognized force of the human emotional need. To articulate something that's unspoken, can't be spoken, won't be spoken, is speaking volumes, screaming, saying yes to the no, and no to what you know. Those dynamic forces of thought that influence for some every aspect of their life. Their body and mind. Breathing in and breathing out. You're perfect, just as you are. And there are forceful attitudes, and being too forceful, and ideally our force synthesizes information into a unified, balanced life plan. What a wonderful force you have on the inside. And it's almost like there are emotional molecules. I don't know if you've considered that these positive emotions just might dissipate if they're not continuously fed the right words, the right pictures, the right intensity of your beautiful force. And philosophers, mystics and scholars for centuries sensed a mysterious force permeating the cosmos, the creative cosmic force. And I don't know if one side of you is realizing, or maybe front of mind releasing, and on the other hand, there's containment, And you can bring a different voice, your voice, to the situation. Words that won't be spoken, that are speaking volumes. And it was Albert Einstein, when he declined in 1952 an offer to serve as Israel's Prime Minister, Israel's President. He declared, "Imagination is more important than education. Imagination is everything." Some might consider to journey in the dream state, to dissolve back into the pool of dreams in order to come forth into a new order of things. And research has documented the imagination has a tremendous impact on healing, even though experts don't exactly know how it works. Children, says Dr. Bernie Siegel, in peace, love and healing, are great in imagining their illnesses away because they haven't yet made the distinction between real and imagination. And if you could take a moment to see your body as it really is, you would never see it the same way twice. "98% of the atoms in your body were not there a year ago. The skin is new every month. You have a new stomach lining every 4 days. You create a new liver every 6 weeks. It's as if you live in a building whose bricks are systematically taken out and replaced every year, but you keep the same blueprint. It looks like the same building, but it's not the same in actuality. That's how perfect you are. And a woman once told Dr. Siegel, when she had breast cancer. She imagined small, delicate birds searching her breast for crumbs. Her imagery took on the form of being golden crumbs, and each day the birds would eat the golden crumbs. After the birds had eaten their fill, she then imagined a being of intense spiritual light entering her body, and she would pray to God for guidance, renewal and protection. And one morning she sat down and she had the visualization. The white light suddenly appeared through her head, spreading like a white heat through her breast. And she felt a force of power take hold of her. And after a short interval, she slumped sideways in exhaustion. She knew something extraordinary had happened. She went on to tell Dr. Siegel. A few days later, she went for a checkup, and the mammogram revealed the cancer had completely disappeared. And I don't know if you've considered that things haven't changed at all over the past few years, except when they have, and except how they have. Which reminds me of the law of mental magnetism. And I don't know if you're aware that iron can be magnetized because all of the molecules line up and face the same direction. They push and pull together. Most metals don't have this molecular ability. They just don't line up. They're not focused. They push and pull in all different directions and consequently are powerless. They have no magnetic force. And for most folk, the most force they have during the day is when they're busting to go to the toilet. But we literally generate mental magnetic force when we line up our thinking to focus our directions and energy to put us on path. And because of our forces in nature, it's like the skin's a barrier containing everything in its shell and everything that's not. On the other hand, it's an open window to the world around. The skin is just an extended surface of the ear. The ear an extension of our brain. The forces we feel. The forces we hear. That's right. You're perfect, just as you are. And I don't know how you decide what you can and can't control. But what I do know is, when occupied East Germany, that small little nation, won 40 Olympic gold medals in 1976. It raised the question, how did they do that? And in a moment, I'll share with you just how they did it. Breathing in and breathing out. Because sometimes you just got to know the steps. How to reinforce your emotional life force. If you could get a piece of paper and put a cross on it, like a plus sign, and then put it maybe half an arm's length in front of you. And once you really have true imagination, true desire to accomplish something, then continue on. If not, you can just check out now. If you have a goal in mind with desire, I want you to write it down. It can be just one word. Now I want you to mentally create an icon that would summarize goal. And maybe the thought in the back of your mind is, why do advertisers spend billions of dollars on symbols and signs? Because it works. So once you have that icon, find a quiet place to get all excited about it. Play some music. Get all emotional about the icon and your goal. Smell it. See it. Feel it. And then chill out and take a few deep breaths. You're perfect, just as you are. And then focus on the cross. It's like the final seal to the ritual. Just focus on that cross. And if you could now cast your eyes to a blank wall or table, chair about a meter away. That's right. It's almost like you start to project an image of a cross. For some, the cross will be black. For others, their image will begin to reverse to a white cross. Isn't that fascinating? And once you have that image, imagine a white light with rainbow dust sprinkling all over you and the image. And close your eyes and see your icon. That's it. Once you have a really clear image of your special icon, I want you to breathe it into your heart like a vacuum until you no longer see it. It's like you're learning by heart. And then I want you to, I don't know if you can, but project your icon like a holographic image, like a seed, and let it grow and expand and take a moment for it to fully emotionally resonate, creating, controlling your own destiny. And then open your eyes and speak the words, "It is done." And I don't know in the future if you might choose to find a way to reinforce your life force. the force that speaks in volume. And you can be a little kinder to yourself, can't you? You're perfect, just as you are.